Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a little bit of a different type video for you today. Recently my family and I went on a tour of the Strataca Salt Mine Museum. This is where you get to go underground into a salt mine and see all this cool stuff. Alright, so I just wanted to make this video to talk about it because it really was a cool experience and I just thought I'd share it with you guys. Alright, so first of all, you go down in this old elevator. It's like a really powerful industrial elevator and it's really cool. And then you get down into the salt mine, and it is really neat. It's literally just tunnels in this salt, and like you go and you see the walls, and there's these just amazing geological formations type things. Like you see like big chunks of pure salt in places. You see some red colored salt. You see all this kind of stuff, and that's just really cool on its own. And you get to walk around and explore, and there's no like wind or anything. There's no sunlight or anything because you're underground. So that's just a unique experience on its own. But then you get into the museum and you get to see some really cool stuff. They got videos that talk about the process of salt mining. Then they've got like old salt mining equipment that you can see. These really big and strong machines. And those are just really cool to see. They got various artifacts. They've got like really old newspapers down there. Apparently, like when you're down in the salt mine, they don't like take trash out or anything, so you just see like trash from like the 1950s in there, and it's just really interesting. All right, so other than all the like the salt mining exhibits, we also took two special trips. All right, so one, you get on this train, this small train. Like again, it's like two people wide. You get on it and you just drive around and you get to see various parts of the mine. They tell you some fun facts. We got to see an underground mining toilet, and I found that very interesting. Also, I loved seeing on these vehicle tours we took. We found Radio Shack speakers. Unfortunately, Radio Shack is no longer in business, but it was just kind of cool to see some of their stuff. That's beside the point. All right, so the train ride was cool, and there was an interesting part at one point. The train's going under the ceiling started to get really close to where you were, so yeah, I kind of like ducked down, even though you probably didn't have to, but like it was like, whoa, the ceiling's coming in close. But also, after the train ride, we took another one. It's called the dark ride. This one you get into a more modern type vehicle. It's just like I don't know what you call it. It's just like a car with an open roof, and you get in. There's also like a trailer connected to it that has more seats in it. But anyway, you drive through it. And you get to see a few more sites. He points out some interesting locations in the mine, like one place where the roof caved in, and explaining how they're preventing that from happening again. And then they also get to see like parts that were carved out by this really special drill that makes it so the ceilings are like fully stable to the point where you don't need a hard hat. By the way, during this whole time we were wearing these hard hats just in case. But no, didn't have any safety issues when we were doing it. But anyway, so like the name of the dark ride suggests, at one point, you go into a part of the mine, and he turns off all the lights on the car, and there's no lights around anywhere. It's so black, like I say, you can't see your hand in front of your face. And then, after a little bit, he turns the lights back on. But yeah, that was interesting. So you go along, and then he actually has like a little remote that I think was controlling the lights. He's like turning on lights, showing you different things, like talking about how they navigate airflow and all that. It's just really fascinating stuff. But anyway, then at one point you get out, and there's this big pile of like loose salt, and you get like a little baggie, and you can pick up some salt and take it home with you. We got a few good chunks, and one interesting application is you have like a colored LED light. You can set a big chunk of salt on it, and it'll like make that chunk glow when the LED goes through it, which is interesting. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit in a sec, but continuing on, I also learned that coming up, they're going to be hosting a murder mystery event in the salt mine. I mean, think about it. Just going hundreds of feet underground to do like a murder mystery dinner party thing, that would be so much fun. All right, but now let me tell you the real star of the show. So in addition to being a source of salt for agriculture, like for animals and stuff, and also predominantly for de-icing of roads, in addition for a salt mine being the source for that kind of salt, it also serves as a very interesting underground storage facility. All right, so the conditions for a salt mine are just really good for storing stuff. So I kind of mentioned earlier, they've got like newspapers to date back to like Abraham Lincoln's assassination. They've got some really old school technology down there. They've got some of the other cool stuff. They've got film reels. Okay, so this is where it really gets to the part that I loved. You know I'm a movie guy, and this place has tons of movie stuff. They got film reels from old movies. They've got TV show reels. They just got tons of that kind of stuff stored here. And then also, they've got some movie props and stuff. They've got props from Men in Black. They've got costumes from various movies throughout the years. They've got tons of movie posters. Lots of them I recognize. They have like chocolate bar props from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Or Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, whichever. Anyway, they've got really cool stuff. But let me tell you about my favorite things that we saw. They have Dean Cain's Superman suit from the TV show Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman. I really enjoyed that show, especially for the first 2 seasons, and it's just really cool to see his outfit there. Also, on display right behind the outfit is a piece of salt with an LED underneath it. It's glowing green, so it looks like kryptonite, and it's labeled like kryptonite salt. And like I said, we have an LED here, so we tested that out. You can basically make various kinds of kryptonite. That's the cool thing. If you have like an LED that changes colors, you can have like green kryptonite, blue kryptonite, gold kryptonite, red kryptonite, all that fun stuff. Anyway, so also there was some stuff from Batman and Robin. I liked a lot of Batman and Robin. It's not the best Batman movie, and there are a lot of parts that I would have tweaked, but I enjoyed Batman and Robin for what it was. I really think that Chris O'Donnell was good as Robin. It'd be cool if we saw him again. Anyway, they have George Clooney's Batman suit, the infamous one. It was infamous for one specific reason, everybody knows. Anyway, they also had probably the coolest thing down there, Mr. Freeze's suit. That's right, the suit used by Arnold Schwarzenegger when he played Mr. Freeze. That thing is really cool. It's got lots of detail and stuff like that. And, I mean, Mr. Freeze in that movie, I really enjoyed Mr. Freeze in that movie. You know what? Schwarzenegger should come back and be in a superhero movie. He could be a hero. He could be a villain. I mean, he's still making great movies, like with Terminator, Dark Fate, and all that. So anyway, but that was just cool. And then there's also one that my mother is a big fan of, the movie Twister. They have one of the Dorothy props, you know, the things that the machines they send into the tornadoes in the movie. So that was really interesting to see. But yeah, like being a movie guy and just going through this place, it was so cool. So much cool stuff to see. And that's just what elevated it to the next level. Like, it was already cool, the salt mine stuff and all that, but all this movie stuff, it was nice. So yeah, I really enjoyed our tour of the Strataca Underground Salt Museum, and I just thought I'd make a quick video talking about why I thought it was really fun. So yeah, thank you for checking out the video. If you liked it, feel free to like and subscribe. Have a wonderful day.